Hello, everyone. Welcome to What's Done in the Dark Tea. We are recapping Love Island Season 8, Episode 30. What is this? 35. Episode 35. You guys, we did it. It's the finale. It is the official wrap of Love Island season. You guys, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, before we even get started, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Even though Love Island is done, we are not done here. I'm going to be back posting content, celebrity news, gossip, all the things. I'm going to be back posting on TikTok as well as on my YouTube channel. So just go ahead, like, share, subscribe, follow, because we will still be right here, even though Love Island is done. Speaking of Love Island being done, finally, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, it's a wrap on the season. This episode did have me tearing up a lot. It did show the growth of a lot of the people that were on here. It was crazy how, this all happened in 6 weeks. It feels like we've been watching forever and for a very short period at the same time. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I feel like it felt longer last season, but it definitely felt long at points this season as well. I don't know how to explain it, but either way, we are a wrap on Love Island. So, episode 35, I'm not going to lie, it was very touching. It was very sentimental. But there wasn't a lot, there wasn't a lot going on. It was just more so remembering what happened, seeing the bonds, very sentimental. So whenever the episode starts, we're picking up on that same clip where the elimination has just happened. They find out that the core four is going to the finals. Bryce is just very happy. Even Kata and Zach are kind of like, how are we still here? I know that I was very shocked that Kata and Zach made it to the finals, but it appears I'm not the only one, because it seems they were a little shocked too, but we're here, it played out the way that it was going to play. I think now seeing the episode, either way the same couple was going to win, so I guess it just doesn't even matter, I guess. We get a conversation between Mel and Sin, and she says that she feels like because America keeps voting her in, that they see something good about this relationship. And I've seen so many people say on social media that by voting for Melanie and Sincere, it is sending her a message that there is something in this relationship that America sees that she doesn't see. And because they didn't do like the Twitter challenge or anything like that this season, she doesn't know that people are just voting for her, not her and Sincere together. So I think her getting her phone back is going to be very, very, very interesting. But either way, that's what she's saying. Carl and Anaya say that they're surprised that they are still there. I think more so Anaya is surprised that they're still there, but Carl says that, everything works out and he feels like they were supposed to be there. It's bedtime, and whenever they wake up the next morning, they get a text Zach gets a text, and it says that they are all going on individual dates. The first couple to go on a date is Mel and Sincere, and Ian is so petty. I don't know if you guys really pay attention to it. A couple of times I've told you guys, like, he's been very petty. He said X, Y, and Z. And this is another one of those situations. Ian mentions how Melanie and Sincere, like, pretty much like he's cheated on her 2 times. They've taken her back. It's like all this stuff has happened. And they're just now going on their first date. Like, it was very, very petty, but they get to their first date and they pull up on a boat. It's got their names on it, and They see a massage table, so Sin gives Melanie a massage, and she's saying how great that is. And talk about what life is going to be like on the outside, and talk about getting pizza for their second date. They cheers to memories, and he tells her that he loves that she's resilient. As soon as he said resilient, I was like, But then she was just like, not too resilient, because you're not going to keep putting me through stuff and I'm just going to be figuring it out. And I'm like, okay, okay. Glad you said something, because I was over here with the question mark, like, absolutely, absolutely not. We get a conversation between Zach and Bryce, and they talk about how grateful they are for each other, how this summer they built a connection, and how they're the real winners by meeting each other. You know, they're all over each other, laying on each other, hugging, bumping, and grinding. Kata and Trinity are talking, and they say how they're excited to go on double dates and just be together. All of them just being best friends. And Carl talk birthdays, and she lets him know that she's very over the top. And she lets him know that she is essentially going to be she's very into birthdays. She's going to do a lot, so he is expected to do a lot. We get a text, and Zach and Kata are the next that are going on a date. As they're getting ready for their date, Bryce and Trinity are in the kitchen, and he just plops her up on the counter. And Carl is like, I think this is kind of hot. And he's just like, Bryce is like, let me put a plate under that and serve you up. I'm like, okay, Bryson. Okay, Bryson. Anyway, Mel and Sin come back, and they look happy and tanned. And we get a conversation between Mel, Trinity, and Anaya. She says that she really feels like he's trying, and that she's happy that she met them. They also say how great it is to have 4 black women in the finals. Little moment. Cute little moment. Sin, Bryce, and Carl are also talking, and he says that how he just feels different and feels love for her, and he brings up resilience again, and I'm like, Sin, we're not going to keep doing the resilience thing. You put that girl through enough. She's not a soldier. This is not Destiny's Child. She's not looking. Stop it. Just stop it, Sincere, please. Zach and Kata are on their date, and a boat pulls up, and they end up having like lunch by the water. They also talk about what life is going to be on the outside. Kata says she's excited to take him to New Hampshire. I don't I don't know how they talk in New Hampshire. I don't know why that was my accent. She says she's excited to take him back to New Hampshire, to go to his family's house, or to go to her family's house on the jet ski. And he says that he sees himself in the States now and sees them together. And she says that she sees them together for a long time. So, yeah, they like each other. I'm still not a Zach and Kata person, and I still don't understand how they're here. But I like Kata. So, as Trinity says, if she like it, I love it. Fine. Anaya and Carl get a text, and it is their turn to go on the date. I absolutely freaking love Anaya's dress. My favorite color is green. I felt like she looked so pretty. It was giving Princess and the Frog. I was obsessed. Just everything about it. I'm like, yes, this is so beautiful. Anything green, I'm just going to be like 10s across the board. So I loved it. I thought that she looked amazing. Zach and Kata get back, and Zach and Bryce are over there like grabbing each other's throat, like choking each other out, like because they've been apart for 5 minutes. Like, what do y'all really have going on? Like, jokes up, like, ha ha ha, funny, funny. Like, what y'all got going on for real? Let me know something, because why is y'all choking each other out? Let me know. Kata. As soon as she walks back into the villa, the girls say, what happened to your hair? Because I don't know what the kind of boat is called. That's why I didn't even bring it up before, because I don't know what kind of boat that is. But it's like, I don't know, maybe one of those kind of like swamp kind of boats where they go like really fast through the water. Don't get me lying. I'm not a boat person, so I don't know what kind of boat it is. But either way, when she gets back, her hair is messed up, and that's the first thing they say. They're like, "What happened to your hair?" Um, Kata lets everybody know that Zach told her he wants to be where she is, and he says the almost love thing, like he's so close to saying that he loves her, just like he's so close to being boyfriend and girlfriend. Anaya and Carl, they have like a fairy tale dinner date, and it is honestly just so beautiful. Like, somebody should, like, I don't know, like an event planner, they should do something like that for the fairy tale older girlies. I really liked it. I thought it was a vibe. It was very, very pretty. The whole setup was just so cute. They're sitting at the table, and there's a little book right there that has an A and C on it. They open it up. Anaya immediately starts crying. It is a book, like, kind of in fairy tale form of their story from beginning to end. I thought that that was really, really cute. She says that she's grateful for a second chance, and he says that he always knew that it was Anaya. He asked her for a dance. This is very Disney princess coded. They very much played into her wanting a Prince Charming. They know that social media was calling him her Prince Charming, so they very much played into that. I thought that this was very, very cute. Back at the villa, we get Trin and Bryce, and they get a text saying that they are next to go on a date. And during this time, Carl and Anaya come back, and they show everybody the storybook. It's really, really cute. We get a conversation between Mel, Kata, and Anaya, and she lets them know this is the happiest that she's ever been, and they say this is the happiest that they've ever seen her. Even when she first came in, she looks happier now. Zaxon and Carl have a conversation, and he says that he was always going to give Anaya another chance. Like, he knows what he said, but he was always going to give her another chance. But he also said that hearing people call him a prince is wild, because he does not see himself in that way, but he loves that people love their relationship, and he loves being her Prince Charming. Trin and Bryce's date is like a candlelight dinner, and they end up talking about their families and their upbringing and just being ready to see what life is going to be on the outside. Bryce lets Trinity know that he's in love with her, and she says that she loves him as well. And they've got the Twilight music playing in the background, and it was just, I don't know, they had the Twilight music playing in the background, and it was really, really cute. But I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I thought that I was seeing things, because as I'm sitting there watching it, like, these parts are a little slow, so it's like you're watching, but your eyes are a little glazed over. You're just like, okay. So I'm watching, and then all of a sudden I think I'm seeing stuff, because somebody starts running out of the little opening in the woods, but neither Trinity nor Bryce, neither of them flinch. So I'm thinking, like, I'm seeing stuff, then people keep running out, and I'm like, what's going on? If I would have been there, the way that I would have took off running so fast, neither of them was scared. But I was scared, because even watching on TV, I jumped a little bit. I was not expecting that. It was beautiful. It was like really cool, but y'all got to let me know before you just run out of bushes, because my flight or flight is all flight. It's all flight. I'm not going to lie to you. When I get scared, it don't even make sense. I just start running. It doesn't, it's a terrible thing. I'll start running before I even know anything is going on. Bryce and Trinity come back, and they tell everybody about their date, and they let everybody know that they have let each other know that they are in love, and they are saying the word. They all hug, and they say it's sad that it's coming to an end, and we get the final 4 chant, And we are in the last night in the villa. Okay? Love Island season 8 is coming to an end, you guys. The next day, the girls get a text and they find out that they're going to get a pampering day out of the villa. We get a conversation between Trinity and Kata, and Kata lets her know that she's a little bit nervous for the outside, but Trinity reassures her and lets her know, they're great together and everything is going to be fine. Mel and Anaya talks, and she says that she just loves how far they've come and she just loves seeing them together, and lets Melanie know that she is team her and just excited to see the outside and just excited for their friendship. Anaya is very excited for her relationship with Carl and says that he is everything that she wanted and that she just feels grateful. Anaya, that's all she said this whole episode is, I feel grateful. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Like, I would be grateful too. But it was just like the wording was always the same. It was not like, oh, I feel so. It was just always, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Then we get a shot of that evening, and we have got Zach in a suit, and he is waiting at the bottom of the stairs, and you see all of these giant Polaroids blown up all over the villa. And then Kata comes down the stairs. She's got on this beautiful hot pink dress, and they're looking at all of these big pictures of them. They make it their way through the walkway. They get champagne, and they position themselves in front of TV that's showing memories of them throughout the villa. Then the next couple that comes out is Mel and Sin. Sin is at the bottom of the stairs. Mel is wearing this beautiful black dress. She looks absolutely gorgeous. The dress is beautiful. The hair was beautiful. The makeup was beautiful. It was just 10s for me. She looks great. They're also walking through the big pictures, and they join Zach and Kata. The next couple to come out is Trin and Bryce. Trinity has got on this cream 2-piece. I love that this outfit felt very Trinity. It had some embellishments in the center underneath like the breast part. It just seemed very true to who she was. I thought it was great. They make their way through the pictures and join the others. And then our final couple is Carl and Anaya. She is wearing this beautiful fire engine red dress. The back is out, splits on the sides, low in the front. It's just showing off her body. I feel like Anaya has the best body in the villa. She's stacked. Kata as well. They're just, I won't say anybody has the best body type because I feel like they all have the best of their body types, if that makes sense. Like, they're all different, but within those difference of body types, I feel like they're all at the top tier of those different body types. So hard to even say that, but she looks absolutely gorgeous. I thought that it looked great. They're walking through the memories, and then we get a shot of all 4 of them together, and we get a toast from Bryce, and then they show all of them getting together and going and getting one last final photo booth moment, and I thought that that was pretty cute. All of the couples are sitting in front of the fire pit, in front of the big screen, and then they do another trip down memory lane, and it's showing just their time in the villa. Then it shows messages from their families, and then they get messages from celebrities. They have everybody in there. They have Lizzo and Demi Lovato and Jordan Sparks, Kesha, Drewski, Kalani. They had so many people just giving them shout outs. And then as soon as that completes, we have Ariana walking into the villa. I absolutely loved Ariana's dress. I love a fashion statement moment. Only thing that I would have changed in Ariana's outfit is I feel like they played up the dark aspects of the blue dress because it was kind of like multiple shades of blue and kind of like maybe some purples. I would have pulled in the lighter colors because I felt like the eye almost felt too heavy. I would have went back to the honey brown, maybe would have went longer in length, like a mid back, fuller, flowy, and went lighter on the eyes, playing up the lighter purple, maybe a half up, half down. I think that that would have looked absolutely chef's kiss. I just think the eye was a little heavy, so it was a lot of dark hair, dark eye makeup, the dark aspects of the dress. I would have just picked some places to lighten it up, but Ariana's a baddie, so it's not like she can't look bad even if she tried. Ariana goes around and she asks, first she asks Kata what she would say to day one her. And then she also asks Zach how he feels about his time in the villa. And she just kind of goes around and asks each of them how they feel. She asks Trinity about... She talks to Trinity about Bryce, and she lets Ariana know that her and Bryce have said, "I love you." Carl says to form a connection, you need patience, and from him and Anaya, that's something that they've built. Anaya says that she's found her prince. Melanie says that she's learned to stay true to her emotions, and I don't know if that's true or not. And Sin says that he's learned to be a better person. And all I've got to say, it's been a hell of 5 days, Sincere. I'm glad that you could have a complete transformation in 5 days. It's crazy. So at this point, it's coming to an end. We've got all the people lined up, and we get to find out who the winners of Love Island Season 8 USA are and who is getting the 100K. So, in fourth place, we have Zach and Kata. No surprises for me here. I'm surprised that they were even on this list. So them being number 4 makes a lot of sense to me because I'm still surprised that they're even there. Zach says that he feels like he already won, and Kata says that she feels like she's blessed. They knew that they weren't going to win. They smile, walk off to the side. Third place is Melanie and Sincere. Again, no surprises here. Sincere says that he's proud of them, and she says that this is the prize. And I don't know what she is talking about, this being the prize. But no surprise that they got third place with the options that we had. If they were going to be there, third place is what I would assume. So there's that. We find out that the winners of Love Island Season 8 USA is Trinity and Bryce. Okay, yeah, I know. Pretty anticlimactic, but we all knew it was going to be Trinity and Bryce. I think that it's better than a lot of the alternatives, so congratulations, Trinity and Bryce. Fireworks are going off. They're throwing Bryce in the air. Final four, final four, final four. Bryce says that he feels like a dream, and Trinity is just, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. They both seem happy and grateful and in love. Okay? Naya says that she is grateful that Carl gave her the time of day. And I'm like, Anaya, what in the hell? Why do you think... I just don't like the wording of that at all. Why would he not give you the time of day? Like, you are beautiful. Anaya needs help with her confidence. That's what's wrong with Anaya. That's what made her whole storyline this summer, is that she just had a lack of confidence. And she's beautiful. So I'll never understand why, but... now that Love Island is over, that's something that she can work out. Maybe Carl can help her with that, because her saying, him giving her the time of day, like, Anaya, lift your crown, girl, please. Trinity cries, and she says that she's just so proud coming where she's from. She doesn't see a lot of greatness and she just never thought that she would be there. Ariana announces that they will all be seeing each other again because the reunion is going to be August 31st. So we've got a little bit of time to the reunion, but I feel like that pays off in Love Island land, because if this season is anything like last season, most of the good stuff is going to happen on social media, behind the scenes, and all of that. So by the time we get the reunion, they've seen the clips, people have done interviews, it's gotten messy. So as much as I don't want to wait, I will, I appreciate the Love Island break, honestly. I really don't even mind waiting for this reunion. I feel like last year it was when I cared. I got it confused. But either way, they all jump in the pool, and you guys know that once they do the pool jump, that is a wrap. It is done, finished, over. What do you guys think? Are you surprised? Are you happy about Trinity and Bryce? Brenity. We made it. I think that was the best option with what the couples that we had. I think that was the best option. I'm not going to lie. As much as I don't like KC or Corbin, I would have liked to see someone outside the core four get in, whether it had been Corbin. Well, Permita just didn't grow on me enough. So I'm gonna retract that, because she didn't grow on me enough. I liked a few things that she said for like a half an episode, so I don't know if that counts, but I really would have liked to have seen, Casey and TT, or even Kinsey and Dylan. I would have just liked to see a little bit of shakeup outside of the core four, just because I feel like some of those couples were just very toxic. Because I love Melanie. I think that she's beautiful. She is one of my favorite girls that was in the villa, but I'm not a fan of her and Sincere, and I feel like we could have let her go home and kind of see some of this stuff instead of letting her keep getting embarrassed. I do think that is something that could have happened. And then with Zach and Kata, same thing. I like Kata, but I just didn't like her and Zach together, and I also think we could have let them go home. Dylan and Kinsey, I wasn't 100% sold on it, but I did believe KC and TT, so I think that even though I'm not a KC fan, I do think that he deserved to be in that final. But that was it. Love Island season is officially over, and I am taking my butt to bed because it is late. That episode was so long for no reason. I have to work in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead, call it a night. Thank you guys so much for doing this Love Island season with me. Like I said, stay tuned, come back. We're going to be covering pop culture, celebrity, all the things every week. And you know that we'll be here again, same time next summer. Until then, bye.